Hello, my name's Kjartan, and today I'm going to talk about the times tables. I've done two videos about the times tables. One was about the patterns, but this one is about some little tricks that you might not know about. Because you know the times tables have got 6 times 9 is 54 and so on. But one or two of those little combinations are sort of fun. Let me show you these to start off with. The first trick's really nice and it's really easy to remember. All you do is you write down 1, 2, 3, 4, and now look at this. You put an equals in there and you put a times in there and you get 12 equals 3 times 4. And if you check it, have a little look, we go 3 and then there's 4 and there's the 12. Look at that, perfect. Thing is, you can do this trick with 4 more numbers in order. So can you guess which 4 numbers it is? If you want to guess, pause the video. And if you don't want to guess, I'll show you. It's this, look, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can you see it coming? It's 56 equals 7 times 8. And sure enough, let's have a little look. 7 comes down here. Where's 8 times 7? There's your 56. Neat, hey? If I turn this round now, I'm going to show you a little trick which uses a number right in the bottom corner. 11 times 11, that's 11 squared, 121. This is really sweet. Let me just put that out of the way. We go 1, 1 times 1, 1 equals 1, 2, 1. Okay, so we knew that from the times tables. But now, 1, 1, 1 times 1, 1, 1. Of course, that's not on the times tables. It's too big, 111. But look what it does. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, and now we're going to go 1, 1, 1, 1 times. I love doing this. Don't know why I just do 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 1. In fact, you can try bigger rows of ones and square them on the calculator and see what you get. See if you get the pattern. Isn't that super? Now this trick uses the biggest sum on the times tables. Look, it's 12 times 12 equals 144. But what's really neat is if you turn all the numbers around, it still works. You get 21 times 21 equals 441. That's the real sum and that's the right answer. I think that's dead neat. And what's even neater, there's only 2 numbers that can do this. Here's the other one. 13 times 13 is 169, and when you turn them both round, 31 times 31 equals 961. That's the right answer too. And you know, I think that's really superb, because these 2 numbers, 12 and 13, have got that little secret thing that they can do that no other numbers can do, and I really like that. Okay, now we're going to look at some of the ways of remembering the times tables, 1 or 2 little shortcuts, and then a rather nifty trick. To start off with, we'll look at some of the obvious bits of the times table. Might be obvious, but it's still important. I mean, look, the 1 times table. 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 3 is 3. Yeah, it might be obvious, but it's still important, because if that didn't work, we'd be in real trouble. 2 times table is all the even numbers, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, but you knew that. 10 times table, it's got all the zeros on the end, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. What we got? 5 times table, always ends in a 5 or a 0. 5, 10, 15, 20. 11 times table, you get 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Trouble is, some of these other ones in here aren't quite so easy. So let's see if we can find some clues. And here's a brilliant thing. Look at the red numbers. These are all the square numbers. So if you multiply a number by itself, you get what we call a square. So 4 times by 4, it's the red number, and it's 16. That's a square number. Now look at 16 there. Look at the number there. That's 15. And come down that way. And that number's 15. Can you see the numbers either side on the diagonal are 1 less? And that works for all the square numbers. Look, there's 36. That's 35, and that's 35. Let's see what's going on. Pick a number on the times tables. We will have number 5. Number 5 is a good one. 5 times 5. I'm going to square it, times it by itself, and it makes 25. Now, if I add 1 to that, I get 6. And if I take 1 away from that, I get 4. 6 times 4 equals, and it will always be 1 less. 24. Let's check that. Look, 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 4 is 24. Or if you like, the 4 times 6 is 24. I'll do it with another one. Let's just do this. What should we pick? We'll pick, let's pick 9. 9 times 9. Do you know this? It's 81. Where are we? 81, yeah. But then if I add 1 to that 9, I get 10. If I take 1 away there, I get 8. And it makes 80. It's 1 less, look. 81, 80, and 80. One really cool thing about this trick is you can do it without numbers. Because look, we've got a square there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to change it into a rectangle that's 1 longer along the edge and 1 shorter. Look, I'll do this. So I've made it into a rectangle that's 1 shorter. And then I'm going to put that on there. So I just chop that off. Think. And there I've made a square into a rectangle that is 1 longer and it's 1 shorter. And look, there's 1 left over. It's exactly the same trick. All the times tables are good for different things, but do you know what the strangest times table is? It's the 9 times table. And in fact, you probably know this trick, but if you don't, you should do. There's a very easy way of multiplying a number by 9, and you use your fingers, okay? Now, what you got to do is pretend that your fingers are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And if you want to multiply by 9, pick a number. We'll have 4. 9 times 4. 1, 2, 3, and you fold that finger down, and the answer is looking at you, because there's 3 fingers there and there's 6 fingers there. 9 times 4 is 36. And it works with any number. Let's have 9 times 8, so that's the 8th finger, if I can keep that folded down. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 on that side, there's 2 on that side. 9 times 8 is 72. It's a cool thing. But I'm going to show you something even stranger that uses a 9 times table. Now, I hope you're going to play this trick with me. You might need a pencil and paper. You might need to pause the video or something. But please try and play the trick until the end, because it's so neat. The first thing you've got to do is think of a number between 1 and 9, okay? Think of a number between 1 and 9. Pick any number, and then you add 1 to your number. Yeah? Have you done that? And then whatever you got, you multiply times by 9. Okay, so that's the numbers in the 9 times table going along there, if that helps you. Yep. Times by 9. Okay, have you got an answer? Good. And now you have to add a 1. Yep. And now you should have what we call a 2-digit number. You have to add together the 2 digits. So I'm going to write add both digits. Now, by now, you should have an answer that's just an even number. If you've got an odd number, wind the video back, look at it again. You should have an even number. And if you've got an even number, you now divide your number by 2. So you divide your even number by 2, and you should have 1 number left. Okay, you got 1 number left. The last thing you got to do is turn your number into a letter. So whatever number you've got, turn it into a letter. So if you've got, say, number 7, that becomes letter G. But I won't help you anymore. Have you got a letter? Are you thinking of your letter? Okay, when I count to 3, surprise anybody in your place by shouting out the name of an animal that begins with your letter. 1, 2, 3, and here he comes. Da, 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 da. Did you get it? Did you get elephant? I hope you did. I love that little trick. And this little guy, shall I say, he's been all around the country with me doing tricks to people, haven't you, mate? You have travelled. This elephant has been places. The reason it works, though, is because of the amazing 9 times table. Do you know, I know so many tricks that use a 9 times table. One day, I might even do a whole video just of 9 times table tricks. But the key thing that helps us is this. Can you see the 9 times table here? It's there. If you add up the digits in any answer on the 9 times table, you'll get 9. Look, 4 plus 5 makes 9, 3 plus 6 makes 9, 7 plus 2 makes 9, and that's sort of how that trick works.